Welcome back to the Couch Commentators podcast, the fastest growing podcast in the nation, and some may say the world. Today I have James, I have Dan, no Lucas again, but look, he's got some good reasons why, so we'll allow him off, and it might be a future outcome for a while now. He is moving a bit of a distance away, so he will still continue doing the horse racing segment, which we love, so look forward to that later. Dan, mate, how are you going?
Yeah, not too bad. Had an up and down weekend, Had a good Friday and Saturday. Had a friend's 50th on the Saturday night, and then Sunday went to some shithole stadium in Cronulla somewhere and watched some shithole game, ref by some shithole fucking bloke.
Okay.
With some shithole person.
A lot of shitholes going on. It is a good thing, though, guys. Dan can't say this week there was no footy because he went to it and watched them lose.
Got evidence of it.
James, mate, how you going?
Look, after recording last week, I came down with a horrible flu. Some are saying it's the worst man flu, at least of 2024. Yeah, I did nothing all week because of it. I laid in bed with fevers. I did have a stress-free weekend with Parramatta having the bye, which was quite nice for once, not watching some disappointment on the field. Other than that, back this week, got a wicked cough, so if the fans hear me dying, that's it. And but I'm ready to fire.
Beautiful.
I thought you had to be a man to get the man flu.
Oh, sorry, I had a little boy flu.
Got him.
The little boy flu. Look, yeah, you were pretty sick. Lost a couple kilos, I would say, of sweat.
Yes, sweat.
But
Blood, sweat, and tears.
He puts his blood, sweat, and tears into this podcast, and he's back. He's back. Yeah, no, good stuff, lads. My weekend, if you want to know, another weekend of Sharks winning, and Nico Hines on top of the Dally M. So I'm just
no, he's not.
Yes, he is.
Dylan Edwards is equal with him.
Exactly. He's still at the top.
And
another week, Sharks win. And Nico's on top, Dan.
It puts it as alphabetical order. I said it earlier. It was Dylan Edwards on top. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah, but Cleary's back. So.
Oh, yeah. Well, hopefully he's back for our fantasy teams. That'd be good.
What are you talking about? I don't need him.
Yeah, well. Anyways, we get into accountability. And this week, Lucas's tip must have been wrong from whoever he got it from. So I'm guessing you'll scratch him off the list of buying and go for a new guy. Because Lucas loses and all of us lose, actually. It was a horrible week for punting.
Honestly, can't even remember what my bet was.
You had a multi. You were Nelson.
I had a Melbourne multi.
It looked good.
I literally needed Nelson to score it, and then
Titans ended up coming back by and then lost only by 2 points. You had 1 out of 4, James.
Yeah. Look, my theory behind the game was right. There was a lot of tries, but just not the try scores I had.
Me and Lucas both not making the top 3 with our horses, so that was good. My horse I own a part of. We have sent it to the glue factory if you guys wanted to know. It's off there now. Hopefully, we'll be able to make good use of it. But no.
Some kid's going to be eating it next year.
Sunshine. No, look, we promise success this week. Promise. One of you guys got to pull something out. I might go for a multi this week because I've been bum average with the horses at the moment. So I look forward to that. That's all for accountability, though. We go to UFC 301. Now, look, Aussie Steve Erceg. Got to verse Alexandre Pantoja in the championship fight. There was the main fight was obviously the championship fight, but there was a couple of undercard fights I did want to just bring up before we get to that. If you lads seen the... Now I'm going to butcher this name. Chal Barra. Chal. Ciao. He did a walk away knockout. It was pretty nice. Other than that, there was the backflip from Mikel Pereira.
That was pretty beautiful.
I saw the highlights of that one.
Yeah, backflip. Went to finish him on the ground. Didn't. They got up. And then he finishes him with a guillotine.
Like, to say that fight only lasted a minute, and all that happened.
Yeah, 54 seconds. Gets the guillotine finish and wins the fight.
Some fans are saying, "Is that not an illegal knee to a guy on the ground?"
Yeah,
but it looked cool, so it gets a pass.
That's true. Makes money for Dana, so it gets a pass. There was also Anthony Smith, the Lionheart, getting a win with another guillotine. I don't know how many guillotine finishes I've seen in a win there. And then out of retirement, Jose Aldo gets a win over the young up-and-comer Jonathan Martinez. Good to see Aldo back out there winning by decision, though.
Yeah, it's one of those things where watching that fight and you watch him and he's so smooth and composed and stuff. Man, I wish Connor wasn't Connor and they got to run that fight back.
Yeah, because that's the only like real blemish against Aldo's legacy. Like he was one of the best champions for a long time.
For a long time. Like I think his career started at like 23. He won his first title, not UFC, but yeah, like he's now 37.
Yeah. He has he's called out for the champion fights as people do when you get a win. I think he's got to verse a couple more of the top contenders and then get his chance at
who's the bantamweight champion at the moment?
Sean O'Malley, I believe.
Oh yeah.
The Sugar Show,
which would be an interesting fight. Like, because Aldo looked as quick as he ever has. So and like Sean's biggest thing is his speed.
Yeah. Sean has got that knockout power and that like long distance striking, similar to that of like Adesanya, where look, Vera had to cop some vicious shots in the last fight. I don't want to see Aldo go through that, to be fair. But there was actually a call out from Chito Vera against Aldo as well, so that would be an interesting one, I think. Vera coming off a loss and Aldo coming off a win. But now we get to the main card, boys. If you've seen it, mate, Steve put on a hell of a performance. Steve Erceg, our man, Aussie Steve, Astro Boy, fought the whole distance. First fight going for 5 rounds, to be fair, but it's only his 4th fight in the UFC as well. So the blokes.
Tell you what, cardio held up. He looked fit as fuck.
I think Pantoja looked more gassed than Erceg did.
Yeah, it was like I can't remember who said it in the chat yesterday, but they were saying like after round 2 that Pantoja looked gassed.
The trouble is Pantoja almost in every fight looks it, but then never seems to actually stop throwing punches or anything like that.
Yeah. As for the fight, Pantoja obviously getting the win by decision. A lot of comments I've seen, they had Steve up 3. I think he really hurt himself by going for that takedown in that last round.
Yeah, the 2 takedowns.
Yeah, the 2 takedowns that led to just more control time for Pantoja. Pantoja did nothing while controlling him. He just laid on him and got the control time. Another comment I seen though, like he got 5-6 minutes of control time. The fight goes for 25 minutes, and Erceg definitely had him on the stand up.
Yeah. The thing is, the strikes were, although like definitely the significant were toward Erceg, but the like output was relative to each other. There wasn't a huge disparity. It was just head and body shots was the difference,
and the damage like from those elbows.
I was gonna say the elbow was fucking huge.
Tell you what, how clean were the cuts on Pantoja? Like they weren't big and open. They were just so clean.
Yeah,
they kept pissing blood, which almost reminded me of a Tim Tszyu fight where he had blood going into his eye. I was like, oh, this is our chance, Steve, go for it. But alas, he put on a great performance.
What about that? Wasn't it one of the judges scored it 4-1 to Pantoja?
Yeah, I don't know what
I
think there was a comment of him being Brazilian in Brazil.
I've seen some comments calling that guy into question in his integrity.
But nonetheless, Erceg putting on a great performance that will definitely put some chips on his shoulder, and he got to go up in the rankings and probably fight some bigger names and then run it back because. As the comments have said, like if he's people having him winning 3 rounds, mate. It's time you have to
imagine when he rounds out his fight game a little bit more and
yeah. Well, that's the thing. He's definitely got good like he got up from
his groundwork is good. His defense to get to the ground isn't.
Yeah, that's it. Like I think he needs to spend some time with Alexander Volkanovski because remember how much training he went through to verse Makachev the first time, and then stop those takedowns and that sort of stuff. But yeah, I think Erceg also just a big body for that weight division. He's my height, 5'8" versus 5'5" Pantoja.
How long do you reckon he feasibly able to stay in that weight
that's
division.
The other thing, can he?
Obviously,
hold
he
off?
said this was his hardest weight cut. It was also his shortest camp because it was short notice fight. But yeah, you see a lot of these taller fighters in weight divisions
that they shouldn't be.
yeah, always end up going up eventually.
Yeah. But hopefully he gets the championship, then goes for double champ. Yeah, double champ Steve. Yeah, but that was all for anything else you guys want to.
I want to say
Steve?
it's hard not to like Pantoja as well. Like, very humble in victory, like trying to get the crowd to say and cheer on Steve for putting on a great fight. Like,
yeah. The other thing that I hate is that he wins by fucking holding down people.
Look,
that was a great fight.
At least he is
well.
progressive when he does it as well. It's not like he just bear hugs. He's always trying to find a better position to get ground and pound and stuff. But
say the bloke's humble when he's beat nearly everyone in the division is pretty fucking good.
Yeah, he is a weapon.
Chin of fucking steel or forehead or.
Yeah, that literally the elbow left hook he did was his last fight.
Most people.
Like his last fight. Like the highlight reel is of him with that left hook that slept. Like, how did he stay up? I don't think he's been dropped at all.
And even that last one that on the eye socket, that's enough to knock most people out.
That chin is remarkable. Speaking of other chins that are remarkable, the next fight, the next UFC card will be coming up soon, and that'll be Makhachev, who I have heard we just spoke about, versus Poirier. So that'll be interesting.
Yeah.
Very, very interesting.
When's that? That'll be start of June? No,
start of June.
Yeah.
So look forward to that. Sean Strickland, Paulo Costa.
Something to bring up to Paulo and Costa, John Jones.
I don't think
we're not going to bring it up.
I don't think we can say that.
Paulo Costa absolutely shut him down with a word that shouldn't be said, but it was funny.
Okay, all right. You go look on Twitter if you want to see what he said to John Jones.
It was great, trust me.
Use your imaginations, I guess. That's all for UFC, though. That's all for UFC. All right, now the best part of the podcast brought to us by you, the listener questions. Look forward to these guys every week, and keep sending them in because we love them. And send them in to Dan or to the podcast. As we say, just send anything to Dan. Now, we go to the first question, and it is, what is your favorite movie? And that is by Scott. Now, boys, I'm a big comedy fan, so I'll go last, though. I'll go to Dan, mate. What's your favorite movie?
Oh, shit. So many good movies to pick from as well.
Stuff. We might have to do a top 5 list maybe next week, even.
Top 5 movie next week. I know what movie you're going with, I'm pretty sure. I'm going to cop out and say just Iron Man.
Iron Man? The first?
Yeah, probably just the first one, yeah. I can't say the whole like.
I mean, we can give you the trilogy.
Okay, I'll say the whole Iron Man trilogy then.
Nice.
Even Iron Man 2.
That
was a bit of a yikes, but still, I love Iron Man.
Nice.
So.
All right, well, Iron Man fans, Iron Man Dan. James, your favorite?
Dodgeball.
Dodgeball?
Gonna make me bleed my own blood.
Well, James,
I know where this is going.
I also am a big fan of comedies. It's stupid comedies. That is a top tier. That's a top tier movie. Yeah, Dodgeball for me as well.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah.
I knew he was going Dodgeball.
Yeah. You dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball, James.
If you can dodge a live firearm, you can dodge a ball.
We'll just start listing off quotes for the last 30 minutes of the podcast, guys. Look forward to that.
I want to give a special shout out to what's that movie? The season ticket holders.
Oh, yeah. The comeback.
The comebacks.
That's a good
special shout out to the comebacks.
Good comedy.
That's a great movie.
Happy Gilmore, another fan favorite, one of my favorites as well. Lovely.
Yeah. I thought you were going to go more serious and go, it's a Moneyball. Like,
yeah, I do.
Yearly.
I love the Moneyball, mate. I love the Moneyball. I got a yearly watch of the Moneyball. That's how
I've never watched it.
This is my secret to winning Super Coach and NRL Fantasy, guys. Every year before the season starts, you got to watch the Moneyball, right? And the tactics, they come flowing. So, good stuff, lads.
I'm going home to watch it tonight. and I'm gonna win.
I don't know if you know. Oh, actually, I don't want to spoil the movie. If you haven't watched it, right? Give us what your favorite movies are and send it into Dan.
Send it to
Dan. Now,
Look, my DMs should be flowing, but they're not.
flowing with the millions of viewers we get,
Yeah.
they'll all be flooding in this week. Now, next question. Who do you think the next coach to get sacked will be? And that is from Lucas. Thanks, Lucas, mate. Dan, mate, who do you think the next coach to be sacked will be?
Like I know last week we brought up Brad Arthur, and like it's hard to go past him. Like it's been a very rough season for him. Like it was only 2 years ago that they made the grand final, and then so I'm gonna have to say Brad Arthur.
Brad Arthur, BA, yeah,
and he's the longest
serving without Brandy. James, you are of the same opinion or a different coach on your mind?
It probably is. Like the ones that would be under pressure are him, Payton, Webster. But like obviously Webster and Payton are so much more new to their clubs and developing their squads. Where Brad Arthur's been there, it's all his roster and stuff. So he's probably the next on in the firing line. But that could be at the end of the year as I said last week. So yeah, it
always comes down to the media as well, because like the media are such big pests about like which coach is under the firing line.
You look at
also Adam O'Brien.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna go with. AOB. Look, they won on the weekend.
Yeah, they won on the weekend.
I just think he's also got to be under the firing line of maybe just roster management. Like I don't know.
Although
obviously you put a lot of money into Ponga and he gets injured.
You win and everything's all right for a week. So that's the NRL system.
Like you look at all the media shit before JD got fired. Like it was fucking everyone was bringing it down on him.
I loved seeing like stuff like Russell Crowe comes out and backs Jason Demetriou. Next week, he's gone.
That was like when fucking Anthony Griffin got sacked from the Dragons. The whole board
we stand by Anthony Griffin.
Gone.
Didn't Gus Gould come out and say something like Trent Barrett will be the coach of the Bulldogs for the next 10 years the week before he got sacked or something like that?
Something like that.
Anthony Seibold was going to win them a premiership for the Broncos as well. So, look, it's tough. It's tough to be an NRL coach out there. Wouldn't want to be it.
Nah, wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy.
I would want to be it for the money. But for the stress and all that bullshit, I wouldn't.
Yeah, it'd be rough not knowing if you got your job this week or was it next week.
Yeah.
But thank you for the question, Lucas. Now we go to another question. This is a would you rather now. Gentlemen, would you rather every food you eat is extremely spicy or not be able to taste at all? James, interested in your thoughts.
I'll probably just go spicy. You'll get used to it over time. Like, it's gonna hurt a bit at the start, but the body would get used to it. Like, think about the Asian country, like some of those Asian countries, especially Southeast Asian. They eat a lot of spicy food all the time.
Your taste buds will become numb to it. But you'll still be able to taste.
I more hope that the ass gets numb to it. Like
the burning ring of fire.
Yeah. That's. Nice. But yeah, I'll go the spicy.
Okay, Dan, you going spicy or no taste?
Well, James put up a good argument there, but I would like to not that it's going to be used for anything else, but I would like to save my asshole from being burned every fucking day. Like, not being able to taste, it's not that bad. Like, you're still eating food. And, like, you'd be able to eat food that you've never eaten before because you can't fucking taste it.
Sure.
So, like, food that used to make you throw up, just shove it in your gob. Can't taste it.
Yeah, nice. I like that kind of theory of you can eat anything now.
Maybe eat shit.
Well, anything to get the protein sources going.
Yeah.
What would I go now? I think I'm going to lean towards Dan's, not to eat shit, but I'm going to go with it because, like, you can still smell food. Like, and I could be like, pizza. I can remember the smell, and then just obviously not taste it. You're still getting your substance. You're still
Yeah.
surviving. So I like that idea.
I
That's
can
what I
just
got.
have spicy pizza.
Spicy pizza. Really spicy pizza. No, yeah, good question.
Oh, it does say extremely. See, I can't read because of the camera.
I can't read.
Would you be able to taste spice though? That's the thing.
Yeah. But would extremely spicy somehow keep going up as I got used to it?
What is the level to extremely spicy?
Like you get to a Carolina Reaper or some shit, or Ghost Pepper or some shit, and they just make new Scoville fucking ratings.
Why is his food always that spicy?
Go to a restaurant, order the hottest fucking shit. Is this guy crazy?
No, beautiful stuff. Good question. And yeah, no spicy for me.
No spicy.
Me basic white man. Why are tigers cats? And can I get your best meow? Why not Matt C? Hey Matt, trying to disguise yourself there. I like the question, honestly. Damn. Why are tigers cats?
Because like when God created the world, you know, he's probably sent a cat, and he's like, I want a bigger version of that. So then he's saying, I'll make one that looks really stupid and add stripes to it, and make it a big cat that might eat people later on in life, and then become a really shit NRL team that can't win a game.
I like that. James, why are tigers cats?
Because they're like a level underneath dogs.
Yeah.
So like all tigers and tigers
That
fans,
actually makes sense this week.
like just below dogs.
Yeah. In the table, in winning, and in the food chain.
So, that's why they're cats.
Okay.
And meow.
Well, I didn't give my best
Dan,
meow.
your best meow.
Meow.
Sexual, Dan.
Why'd you say that? Okay, why tigers are cats? Well, I'm going opposite of God. I'm going evolution, right? So, man, we were fish. Now fish turned into man. Now man turned into cat. And cats are fucking the bottom of the food chain, on the street, can't win shit, as Dan said. And I'll give you my best meow now. Meow. Yeah, that was meow. Tigers and cats, meow. Great question, honestly, Matt.
Matt C.
Not Matt C. Sorry. Thank you for that.
For legal reasons.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
We're using what's it? Brighton's lawyers now.
Yeah.
Because they're against the cats, like we are. All right, guys. So this week we have a speak pipe question, and we haven't had one of these for a little while. So I look forward to hearing
about 3 weeks. It looks like
to hearing what our listeners want to ask us. So let's pop this on. This one's from Kyle, mate. Good to have you back. Haven't had a question for you for a little bit, so look forward to what you have to ask.
Hey boys, love the pod. Listen to it every week. My question is, if you could have any superpower, but it's kind of useless, what would it be?
Right. Thank you for the appraisal. And
thanks for listening every week, Kyle.
Thanks for listening every week, Kyle. He's asked what it was a superpower and if it was useless.
No, it's what superpower, even though it's useless, what would you have? Or something like that.
No, you can have any superpower, but it has to be pretty useless.
Okay.
Oh.
So,
I've got an example. I've picked mine. So I can make stuff levitate that is lighter than a phone, but it's not like I can like lift it and bring it to me or anything like that. It's got to almost practically be in my hand, and I can levitate it like maybe 4 inches up. So it makes a really cool party trick, but it is completely useless.
Nice. Dan, any useless superpowers you can think of?
No. I can't. It's like the one thing that's coming to my head is like putting my clothes on really fast, but I have to use my hands still.
What
about if you could turn invisible, but only when nobody is watching?
That's actually a pretty good one. But I like my one of putting my clothes on really fast, but I still have to use my hands.
I don't know. Wait, I'm blanking here. Something to do with drinking alcohol. I can drink infinite amount of alcohol.
But I still get blunt drunk.
Yeah, but I get absolutely fucked up, blackout drunk. So yeah, no.
You never get alcohol poisoning.
Yeah, never get alcohol poisoning, but you still
But you
end
still
up
have the pain of a hangover.
Sick, great power, honestly.
Thanks, Kyle, for the question.
Thank you for the question, mate. Look forward to more of those. Now we have another listener question from Maddie C. The last one was so good. The cats and meow wow.
But not
wow,
Maddie C one.
Yeah,
that
not
was.
Maddie C,
This
sorry.
is from Maddie C.
He has asked, "Who is your favorite media journalist?" James,
Oh.
mate, who you going?
Jeez. Not for his work in the media or anything else, but Buzz Rothfield,
Buzz?
because of the character, the lore behind him.
Yeah, look, Buzz, he's a man. That's all I'll say about Buzz.
Yeah.
He's a man. Who do I go? I'm thinking Bulldog, but I really don't like him at all.
Oh, I
so
hate
I could not go him.
Andrew Webster, the not coach,
yeah.
he's not bad.
I don't mind Danny Widler. Danny Widler.
Yeah, Danny in shot Widler.
Yeah. I just love that his back of his head's in every camera shot, and you really get to know a lot about a man from the back of his head. So I'm gonna go Danny. Lock that in. Thank you for the question, Matt. Though, who's your favorite? I want to hear your best Buzz Rothfield impersonation, James.
Oh, Kenty.
Kenty, why'd you hug the tree, Kenty?
Kenty, you gotta walk away, son. You can't be doing that.
Beautiful. Okay, next question. Another one from Matt. What do you guys think of a Lewis Dodd signing? Okay. James, mate, your thoughts?
Look, I don't know if he's better than Ilias.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's better than who's the one that's currently in
Dean Hawkins.
Dean Hawkins. Like, they're both not bad young halves. That, yeah, whether it's their fault or the coaching staff's fault especially Ilias seems to have not worked out. Yeah, it just seems odd when they had two choices. They've went out and bought externally.
Yeah, I of a similar opinion. You know, Ilias was talked to be the next successor to Reynolds, going to be the next big thing. Now there's talks of him going to Bulldogs, and I think it'll be a good pickup for anyone. But yeah, as for Dodd, he's good in Super League. How it'll transfer to the NRL will be interesting. A lot have come and a lot haven't succeeded. But look, I think give him enough time at South, so they might gel with the old Walker and Latrell at the back. So there's definitely a good team there, and it might be signs of maybe Wayne Bennett going to there.
I just think they need to work on their forward pack. Like,
yeah. But Wayne Bennett did coach him in England, so is there signs of Benno coming to Souths to coach Lewis Dodd? So I don't know. Read into that as you will, Matt. But thank you for the questions. All right, so we have one more question, and it's from Lucas, and he asks, "I need all your thoughts on this. Win against Warriors, win against Dogs, loss against Tigers, win against Raiders, win against Rabbits, Cowboys, Raiders, and then Dragons. Realistically, they've beat nobody. The Sharks have beaten basically nobodies. I want your opinions on their record in the next 3 weeks." James, you want to give your opinion?
I'll give them the credit of the first time they beat the Raiders, they were full strength and pretty good. Other than that, yeah, they have first teams that have not been known to be too good. Yeah, it's been a bit of flat track stuff. But your next 3 weeks is what? Penrith, Melbourne, Roosters. So yeah, it's going to be hard. But as I said last week, if you guys do win 2 out of the 3 of them, all of a sudden it's like, I guess I've got to give you credit. So there's your challenge. But because I know that's what Craig Fitzgibbon is worried about. He's worried about the couch commentators and especially my opinion. Yeah. So yeah, the ball's in their court. I'm ready to be impressed or let down.
Yeah. Well, now I'm gonna fire back at you, Lucas. Nobodies? You've just called NRL teams nobodies. Fuck you, mate. Of course, like, you go into a game, you fire up the Warriors off of one of their best seasons, top 4. They start the season. We beat them at home. That's a hard game. We beat a top 4 team. Boom, out the window. Now they're shit because of us, not they were shit before. So cop that, firstly. Then Raiders, James said, full strength, beat them, pumped them. Came back from like 20 points down to win against them. Tough game. Won that. Who else? Cowboys. Cowboys were flying high, one of the best attacking teams until we pumped them. Boom, they're out the window now. No one cares about them. They were in the top 8 when we beat them. Raiders were also in the top 8 when we beat them. They dropped both of them out because we're better than them. Bulldogs, fucking pumped them as well. You guys got fucking fisted by them. So cop that. Dragons, beat them. They fucking beat you as well. Cop that. Now when we beat the Storm, you guys will come up with excuses of injuries. Mate, it's each of their own. We're gonna win the league. We know this. Now, as Shane actually, not Shane, as Craig Fitzgibbon said, we're playing one game at a time, mate. Even if we lose these 3 games, how will that result in what will happen like in 20 weeks later? So, yeah, that's all I'll have to say. Whatever Craig says, I'll follow that.
Yeah, but Craig's vying for my opinion, so...
Oh, okay, so it's fuck. Nah, but I hope that answers your question, Lucas. So sad you're not here to fire back. I'm really sad. Yeah, nah, good stuff. Thank you. This week we have a hat giveaway, Couchies. And we're going to be giving it away to one of you guys. And what we want from you, though, is your best impersonation of one of the podcast members, one of the members on the couch. Send in your best impersonation. We'll do a post on the Instagram as well. But send it in and have the chance to win. We'll pick it next week. I'm looking forward to who we get. I'm sure there'll be a lot of Dans. I'm sure there'll be a lot of Dans.
Definitely a lot of Dans after last week.
I'm hoping a couple of mine as well.
Yeah. Look, I'm probably not outlandish enough.
yeah, maybe a Lucas backing a shit horse. So look forward to that, guys. Send them through and look, chance to win a hat. But yeah, look at these hats. They're good.
Oh, mine's in my car. Shit.
Yeah, this could have been the podcast with hats on, Dan.
It could have been.
And it could have been called Hat.
I had all intentions to grab it and when I was coming in, but I just didn't.
Devastating. But yeah, send in your best impersonations. Cough off. In between 2 fucking cesspools of infection. NRL talk now. Lads, a lot of footy has happened. And I'm looking forward to hear who impressed you this week. James, I'm going to go to you first, mate.
Who impressed me?
Not Parramatta because they didn't play.
Oh, yeah. Para was outstanding.
They impressed him because they beat the Buyer.
Sorry for dying. Who impressed me? I think the Dolphins are actually starting to make Parramatta look better by having some decent performances after. But
seen a lot of talk about Nicarima as well, flying high at the moment.
Yeah, exactly. He's off contract. There seems to be some interest around him. That Trey Fuller's filling in at fullback, playing quite well. Saw one thing, it was like the cheap Ben Barber, but that's as far as he's playing is a compliment.
yeah, 100%. Barber, a Dalian player.
Yeah,
a grand final winner.
So yeah, I'll go the Dolphins. For their second year, but they're well in the top 8. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Entrenched. Top 4, I think.
Yeah.
Dan, mate, who impressed you?
Mate, I'm gonna go with Roosters second rower, Angus motherfucking Crichton.
Big Gus.
Mate, he has fucking played extremely well these last couple of weeks, especially against the Broncos this past weekend.
And against the Dragons the week before.
We won't talk about that game. But scoring a double on the weekend and one of them being a line break try, that was fucking amazing. But yeah, Angus Crichton has been exceptionally well and impressing me.
That form could rightly so get him another New South Wales jersey.
Good old 9 fingers in New South Wales jersey again.
Yeah, give it the old middle finger up. Was it middle finger or was it? Yeah.
I think it's the middle. Yeah, I think it's the middle.
Yeah, either that or the ring. But
yeah, it's one of the two.
Yeah, no, he's impressing so much. And it makes you think, Why did he get like? I guess the whole mushrooms and
Theory.
hallucinating and that sort of
Yeah.
stuff. I guess was the reasons why. But I don't think he ever lost form. I think he just got played less minutes. That's my theory. but-
Yeah. His headspace wasn't right, and then last
Yeah.
year just wasn't getting the minutes.
But good to see him back and shining and in our fantasy team. So keep going well, Angus. Who impressed me? I'm going to not go Cronulla, although they are impressive every week. We're going to go the Raiders. The Raiders impressed me. The young
Oh
halves.
yeah, fuck.
KO Weeks scoring a try, and Elliot Whitehead just playing one of the all-time games, as good as Angus Crichton, I would say. 2 tries, a try assist, I believe.
Including it was a real like fuck it because at the time they were getting pumped, which
Yeah.
obviously they're going to win it, but that first try assist just sort of a fuck it flick pass hits
Yeah.
KO Weeks.
Benji Marshall, eat your heart out because Elliot Whitehead front flick passes. Yeah, they were impressive. I hate to see Ricky happy, but
Yeah.
look,
Love to see Manly lose.
yeah, true, and yeah. To speak about Manly's capitulation, we are they were similar to the Esk of Parramatta the last couple of weeks before the bye.
Yeah, well, look, our capitulations didn't involve us being up by 20.
Yeah, yep.
Because we're too shit for that.
Yeah.
I just want to say another person who impressed me.
Huh?
Tyrell Sloan. His defense yesterday against the Sharks was actually fucking miles better than what it has been in the last 2 years.
I was also impressed by Ravalawa, although he had his rock
He had his
moments.
Dumb moments in the second
Yeah.
half, dropping the ball 7 times.
He had the wood over old Ronaldo,
Yeah.
Ronaldi, and but yeah, no, Sharks impressed me. I couldn't hold back from saying it, guys. I know you were waiting for it. Look, we're impressive. We are impressive. Nico Hines continues to perform. Although 2 weeks in a row, he's missed the fucking touchline for a penalty, which is
Yeah, that was funny when that
Yeah.
happens. Sitting there with all Sharks fans, just and I'm just pissing myself laughing.
how's okay. So Dan, you've now been to a Sharks game, and you can now say to the fans and to James and to Lucas, I'm not the only delusional Sharks fan.
Oh,
the
mate.
whole
The whole
Sharks
fucking
fan
fan
base.
base.
It's a cult. It's a cult.
It's a cult.
I swear the guys behind us wanted to fuck the whole team. And if you were the guy behind us, look, mate, you're fucking weird.
Yeah, look, the whole fan base just we get behind our boys. Probably too passionate.
Especially with that bloke.
Yeah. Oh mate. But look, I'm just happy Dad could see like I'm not the only crazy Sharks man out there. We have more. We have plenty.
Lucas knows you're not the only delusional
Yeah.
Sharks fan. His father-in-law is starting to become delusional.
Look, we're gonna win the comp. It's simple. Yeah, but each to their own. Who let you guys down? Dan, who let you down?
I'm gonna go the same game that I did with who impressed me. I'm gonna go the Bronchokes,
The Broncos.
mate. 40-18 against the Roosters. Last year they're fucking in the grand final, and then they did lose Renault, but that's you still got Reece Walsh, you still got Ezra Mem, still got Payne Haas, Patrick Carrigan. You still got all the stars in your team. Just because you lose one player doesn't mean you have to all the shit and not be able to defend.
Obviously, fevers, and I can't remember too much. But I feel like they were down to next to one player on their bench towards the end of the game.
You could give them the excuse of that because I will always stand up for my boys against the Tigers, so I'm gonna let them have it. So they let you down, Dan? Yeah.
Yeah, Broncos. Yeah.
Fuck you, Moe. James.
Fuck you, Maui.
The Warriors.
Wars.
The Wars. Yeah, look, I know I predicted them to miss the 8, so I'm starting to look pretty good with that. But I didn't expect them to be struggling this much at this time of the year. So yeah, it's got to be a bit disappointing.
Yeah, they are on a downward spiral. I think they won their first 4 out of 5, and now they've just absolutely been bum average, losing to some of the bum average teams. So I don't know what Webster can do to get them back firing because they don't have
No,
too many injuries, that sort of stuff. Yeah.
No, their team's pretty much full strength, and they didn't win 4 out of 5 because remember, like they started the year like just struggling to get like you guys caught up to them, beat them.
Yeah.
Then I think they lost a tight one to Melbourne, and at that stage everyone was like, "Oh, but they're going all right." And
Yeah.
then
They've won 3 games.
yeah,
3
with
maybe.
1 draw.
3 out of 5. Look, sucks to suck for them, but my team that let me down. My team, not my team. The Cats. Meow 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 meow.
Meow.
West Tigers. They speak a big game. The fans speak a big game. Lucas speaks a big game. They versus the Dogs, and they're just average. They're just average. Their attack look woeful without Coruscant. Couldn't score in a brothel, mate. They're bum average. Cop that, Tigers fans. Sorry to anyone who's not my mates, because I don't mind them. They're a local team. Yeah, no.
cut that.
Cut that. Don't tell anyone that. Yeah, Tigers, you're shit, and I look forward to you guys winning your third spoon. Now we go to what is next on the NRL. We have refs with an all-time shocker this week. That's probably should have been who let me down, to be fair.
Yeah.
There was a lot of speaking about Casey Badger's performance.
That was terrible.
Belinda Sharp, I seen something that she had to be escorted from.
I didn't
The
think she. I
field?
thought she refed quite well.
Me and Dan will definitely both agree that Todd Smith had howlers for both teams.
Mate, I don't even want to think about how bad Todd Smith was yesterday.
But look, I think there was a lot of pretty bad calls, and it seems to be just a constant thing. I don't know what we can do to change it, guys.
Yeah, I don't know if there is an answer right now. It's especially not mid-year.
Yeah.
Like
You drop a ref for 1 week, they're not going to learn anything. They
Nah.
come back the next week and do the same thing.
I feel like they're almost in their head too much, and they're not thinking like a fan or anything like that. They're so ref-brained that they make the most bizarre and wrong decisions.
Yeah. That's all for the ref shockers. I'm sure we'll get some next week. Now the suspensions. There was Caesar being suspended for 4 to 5 weeks for a hip drop, which Graham Annesley or whatever has came out and said he didn't even think it's a hip drop. So he's the referee's boss. So that's great.
Yeah.
Targo getting 1 week for his hip drop. Caesar had loading, so that's how they got around it. But still, 4 to 5 weeks compared to 1 week.
Yeah, I think the discrepancy is too big. I don't mind there being a discrepancy because Tungo got penalised in game. He got 10 in the bin, where Caesar got to stay on the field. I feel like that should get weighed into a lot more than it does. But yeah, just
Penrith getting away with Penrith things.
Yeah, Penrith do seem to get the rub of the green more often.
Some players
these
getting
situations.
these injuries that are like out for 6 weeks or whatever, and here we go. You get 1 week suspension.
Yeah.
Okay, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah, good stuff. Now, Demetrio Deletrio wrote here because last week we were talking about him getting kicked. This week he has been kicked. Unlucky, mate. I'm sure retirement will treat you well. I'm sure you'll get picked up by another club.
Did you guys see the freak coincidence of the start of Ben Hornsby playing career and coaching career?
I didn't.
So both games were against Penrith, and both games ended on the same score.
Unlucky.
Yeah, unlucky.
And both games he was versing a Gaia as well.
Yeah, and M. Gaia came off the bench in both games. Yeah. Well, look, if his playing career is anything to go off, his coaching career could be outstanding after this.
There was definitely
He's gonna win a competition.
Yeah.
there was promising signs for the Rabbits, although now the promising signs have dwindled when your best player, the bloke who gives 110% effort,
Captain, heart and soul.
he's out for about 4 to 6 weeks. With like a hip pointer injury, I believe. See how that goes. What did Jai Gray get injured as well, or was that?
Yeah, he's the one that got hip dropped.
Yeah.
So yeah, he was in the moon. Yeah, he was in the moon boot with his ankle. So who knows how long?
Yep. So yeah, South's not looking so good at the moment, and it's probably not going to get better. But I do think there's a team that could take the spoon off them, and it's the Tigers. So, Woohoo. Another injury, Reynolds, as we did mention Dan mentioned in the Broncos game, he will be out close to the full season. Ruptured bicep. Look, he is a great player and a phenomenal career he's had, but it's getting close to that time of retirement, I think. Yeah. His body is similar to Dale Finucane, where you have to strap him up like a mummy to keep him on the field.
I remember seeing some stuff about him, especially last year. I'd see it. Like he actually doesn't. Before this, he hasn't really spent a huge amount of time on the sideline, but he's always carrying niggling injuries like hamstrings and stuff like that, where like he might finish a game early and stuff like that, but then he comes back in a week or so. And
Yeah. I remember the yarn of like he used to not have to train because he had like a bad back or something at South, so he just didn't train at all and just got to play. But if any of that's true, that's even more wild. But yeah, I think obviously they're not going to just be like you're out, but he'll come back. He might make the last couple games before finals if they even can keep up with like finals footy. I mean, Jock Madden's not a bad replacement, to be fair.
No, the games he's played this year, he's played well.
So yeah. But speaking of another bloke who's been luckless, Pappenhausen with a fracture to above where he's the plate that they had. So it's good that it wasn't like the same part and the plate. But yeah, look, another injury. The bloke's how many games has he played in the last 3 years?
Yeah,
and he's been going all right as well.
I think he'd scored something like 6 or 7 tries in 8 games. Like
yeah,
he was sneakily going really well.
but look, a positive out of this is Sharks versus them next week, and it's another flat track. It's another flat track. We're gonna win the league. We're gonna win. Now, Leachy's fantasy locks. Oh, weeks, mate. He's been back-to-back weeks of good footy. I talked him up last week in 42 and then into a 55. Did score a try, obviously, and that boosts your points. But I think if you haven't got him, get on the weeks. Get on the weeks. If Fulongo's not injured, I would also say get him.
Yeah, but that try he scored, it made it look like it was under 16s. Just skipped to the outside. Fucking turns. Was it Sammy on the wing, inside out, and then the big swan dive? Like, wow.
Yeah, he is a superstar of the future if there is promising signs for Melbourne. But for fantasy, get another win from my team. We keep rolling.
I got rolled by Matty C.
Oh, tough. Thank you guys for watching. Anything else you want to add?
Just keep punning.
Keep punning. Remember, send in your best impersonations because we look forward to that. You can win a hat. Thank you guys, and we'll see you guys next week.